Good morning, afternoon, or evening, men and women of YouTube. This is El Jefe, bringing you another deck list to bring into the standard best of one ladder for Neon Dynasty on MTG Arena. Today we are going to be looking at a Golgari Invoke Despair mid-range deck that has been doing pretty decent on ladder. First deck I wanted to make once I hit Mythic this season, and I wanted to make this because it's one of the few decks that I was losing to, actually, with Azorius Control. And I am, in my spare time, really looking to force Invoke Despair into as many decks as possible, because I have a whole lot of fun with it. And so we found a decent home for it today. So, yeah, let's jump into the deck tech. So, what we are looking at today is really just, we're going to divide it half into our big things. We'll keep you separate. But we have half big things that we are looking to a little bit ramp into. But we'll divide it even further. So we're looking at things that we can ramp into on the side here. And things that we're going to be doing early to try to get there a little bit faster. Make sure that we can live long enough in order to get to play out all the big juicy things we have. In terms of the initial part of the game, it's looking like a Blood Money style low curve opener. Typically, mostly Shambling Gas, Deadly Dispute. We've been playing those for a long time. I'm not really going to read anything about them. We know what they do. One single eye twitch, just to get a little bit of learn in there. If you are familiar with Shigeki, you know that we are doing a good amount of pulling things back out of the graveyard that we are going to be able to recast again. So figured having one eye twitch in here wasn't bad. Prosperous Innkeeper, we included in here partly because it can help ramp us to 4 a turn early, which we'd be following up ideally with either an Asika or Binding of the Old Gods. And we also get a little bit of life. Prosperous Innkeeper is a very high value play with things like Asika, decent with Lolth, Ren also, just because we were getting extra bodies out, gain a little bit of life when another creature enters the battlefield under our control. For spot removal, as we'll talk about in the outro a little bit, ideally, I do think we'd probably want to find some lower curve removal. I tried Soul Transfer in here because with Asika, Binding, Treasure Tokens, and Meat Hook, it's not super difficult to hit both modes on this, or to be able to remove something and get a creature or planeswalker back. But I will say that it is a little bit slow. Mortality Spear is in here because it's able to go and hit anything, whether that's a Hallowed Haunting, planeswalker, creature, doesn't really matter. It hits all of it. And with Innkeeper and Meat Hook, we do have a fairly decent shot at gaining life, most turns anyway. For board wipes or other removal, it is just a few Meat Hook Massacres, couple Blood on the Snows. Good amount of Snowlands in here. You'll notice that Pathways are not in here, which is rare, but to be honest, we're actually not having typically too much trouble getting lands out in the right colors we need. Though Invoke Despair does occasionally present problems with the 4 black mana cost, but the Woodland Chasm is actually pretty good, and you can usually either on turn 3, if we don't get the Innkeeper out, get that down and it being tapped isn't too big a deal. And if you don't have either Shambling Gas or Eye Twitch in your opening hand, it's not a big deal playing it turn 1 tapped. So Binding of the Old Gods was also something I wanted to get at least a couple copies in here. One of the big late game value engines that we're getting is from Shigeki's Channel ability, where we can discard it and return cost green, and double X. So the initial 2 plus another 2 mana is going to get us 1 card back. If you have 6 mana, you get 2, so on and so forth. And so once we get deep into the game, if we have 8 or 10 mana, this is getting a huge amount of value out of our graveyard back into our hand, albeit non-legendary things, so it can't get Asika or Lolth or Ren and 7, but we can certainly pick back Invoke Despairs, Binding of the Old Gods, Blood on the Snow, or early game either creature or Deadly Dispute or Beleged Recovery to kind of infinitely loop this, get things back from our graveyard, and have a ton of mana open the following turn to cast it. So that's kind of where the late game plan goes if the game stalls out for too long. But we are pretty decent at putting damage in. Invoke Despair damage really does add up over time, and sometimes you're able to chain these off one after the other, and it feels pretty darn good. So yeah, honestly, again, the deck's pretty solid. I'm not convinced it's 100% optimized as is here, so I'd love to know what you think in the comments, what you would switch up, and again, feel free to, or I would encourage you to smash that like and subscribe button. Channel's still starting out, and yeah, as I get my bearings and get better at making these videos, I'd love to hear more about what you like and dislike, and also what you would like to see more of. All just helps me make better content for you guys. Yeah, so without further ado, let's jump into the games. Peace. Snow green. So it's either actual mono green or it's me. Either way, we're gonna hold the maskers. Okay, that answers that. See what he does. Old growth troll would be not great. Untap land to be nice. Definitely not ideal. That's really not bad at all. That's real good. Greater Werewolf from Sweet, also perfect. Alright, and with Despair, I mean, this is very good position. Though, I guess we're just getting rid of that. Pretty solid. Love that. Oh, Invoke Despair. There we go. Alright, so he's getting in for 6. But we'll have 4 cats. Do I loath now? Yeah. Me as well.
My children drench their hands. Aren't I the generous one?
Fight spells shouldn't really matter too much. The biggest issue would be, what is it, the 4/4 thing. Taste, and I think trample. See, if he swings in all, would definitely kill the chariot. We are not killing this chariot.
I will get what I want.
Better get loath, man. This is nothing. I mean, I guess this is what gets the most damage, right? Because that'll give us 3 points on loath. Use it, make 2 spiders, blow it up, so she's actually dead. But shows what I know. We will see.
Do what I demand. I'm sure you'll miss me. Subservience will be rewarded.
It looks very strong. See if he'll take it. Should block. Yep. Okay. Skill check passed. Loath is back. Loath is back. Definitely hold up beside you for chariot.
Aren't I generous?
That won't be good enough. Mm-hmm. Alright, sounds better. Bella or not? Saying. I don't think we'll have time for shenanigans here. That's not good. Guess we can Besage it back, but we need to land more. They missed a land drop. It's kind to him. Very far away from Invoke Despair. But the land will be good. Man, I don't want to give them a land, so... Keep her into both for a little extra life. This guy's toast already.
Envy the strong, and I the generous one.
I do not even care about the 1 damage.
Children will take care of you.
Attack clear. I twitch, hold up Mortality Spear. Start thinking about getting Shigeki back. That looks good.
Good minions are loyal. And
yeah, we'll just flip Shigeki back next turn. Yeah, it's over.
They prepare
it's bad
for
right
war.
So they have to have every 3-drop, probably multiples. So I mean, you can get Brutal Cathar the Treant, that's whatever. Basically made it so you can't attack. Okay, you knew it.
We can foster much growth here.
10 mana. Or 9. just blood on the snow now? Yeah, they're just gonna gain more life either if I attack with any ground unit.
We will slay our enemies.
Let's see, 4 mana left.
I will get what I want.
Yeah, we want this in the graveyard. Ren can throw down 3 lands. Oh, poor Shigeki. Man, it don't matter, huh? Try to look stupid, do not pursue it. Alright. Now we're in the numbers. He got mana screwed though. Really made that a non-game. It just took an extra few minutes because we kinda... I wouldn't call it dirtling, but it's like pretty close. See, I didn't want to record any of it because, you know, I was certainly not proud of it by any means, but when Malone posted his mono white deck, I literally had never since, like, at any point had played mono white ever. And you can just believe that or not, but like mono white aggro, I mean. Literally 0 games with it. Just refused this whole time. Same with mono red. I never played mono red for all of Embercleave time. You know, I would mess around with Gruul absolutely with Embercleave, but just the hyper aggro flavor of the month is just not ever appealing to me, really. But you know, it was interesting. Games are certainly crazy fast. What are we playing here? We're not attacking, but we want to try to get as many black men out as possible. Belaged might have to get a chariot back at some point, or Invoke Despair maybe. Okay. Alrighty. Ooh. That looks pretty good. Gotta get the naturalist out. And they don't have any creature targets for the runes, so... definitely fine with that. Still a couple black short of Invoke, though we do have the treasure. That's not ideal. black untapped mana would be pretty good. See, this game I feel like I want to save Belaged. But is that dumb? Yeah, it is dumb. Gotta be able to keep Meathook as relevant as possible. Invoke Despair will find us some stuff. That may be only one card, actually. But let's hope he can't pump his guy too much. Not really, 2's the magic number. Okay. Now, then repeat. So I think they should have to sack the creature first. But that's not black. Do this for 3. Should keep Osika up, make a copy. Probably could have attacked, but now we have Invoke online. If he doesn't play another enchantment. Nope, we messed that up. Should have just invoked. Could have just copied the treasure with the chariot. We didn't have to kill the guy. Alright, because that's just horrific redundancy. To be honest, I forgot I was going to be gaining life and make this castable. But I think we gotta get rid of that. We get a treasure back when gas dies. This is about to get bad. Dispute a second ago would have been very nice. Oh boy. Need a hell of a top deck. This deck's ridiculous. But I really messed this up. You a second ago, dude. F off. Let's see, search sack. Sack treasure or the innkeeper? This will sack the innkeeper. Need blood on the snow. God, I really blew that one. Alright, let's get this one. Okay. Looks gruely. Certainly does. Yep, good treasure. It's really not that bad. Now, even if a dragon comes out, oh my god, we didn't kill it. What a misclick. See if we can get it right this time. Alright. Saves us damage from the incoming massive dragon threat. Fraghemoth would be bad. not have anything to ramp into? Maybe not. Should we just Loth? Like, what can they not cast? We get... What do we get? Yeah, we get that. Okay. Don't matter much when Loth shows up. We hope to sage you.
Come closer, little thing. The time is my will cannot be
This guy's
denied.
not doing much with his considerable mana.
At least there is blood.
That's
on
why we
your
confront the past. What the hell is this in this guy's hand? Okay. It's a problem, man. It's like if you spend 8 card slots just being whatever the elf rogue is and 4. What the heck? I'm trying to blank on what we just played against Name is. Why Ratilda's coming into head. I know that's wrong. Magda. Taking 8 card slots for that, but no guarantee on having playable cards after that. Even if you have all that ramp. Guess he was one treasure away from being able to just pull a dragon out of the deck, but still. Not perfect, but I think it's fine for now. That's bad. Snow comes in tapped. This is shaping up to be a big L. Cool. Mono white, ladies and gentlemen. I guess I'm supposed to wait on that soul transfer, knowing that Redain is possible and definitely would have done that, exactly that, to my hand. Yeah, we'll see. Couldn't be too slow if Shigeki can't live, but... Shigeki's gonna be fine. Well, I guess he might get vanishing first. That would be sad. We're saving Beseiju for like a wedding announcement. Yeah, we're in trouble.
Ah, you reek with terror. Ah, aren't I generous? My children.
Mm-hmm. Do we get rid of Mythic? There's going to be a lot of damage over time. So next turn we get lulled down. Kinda need a land also.
Darkness will swallow the light.
That's really bad.
Traitors, all of you.
Yeah, Orzhov's a bad
Slay
matchup.
our enemies. My words are for ambitious minds. Subservience will be rewarded. Aren't I the generous one?
Oh my god. Deadly Dispute.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Nothing in her graveyard.
My will cannot be denied. We will slay our enemies.
Still no creature. Mythic, we would have been back to like, pretty
I
fine.
will cull the weak. A gift in exchange for loyalty. Subservience will be rewarded. My will cannot be denied.
Not the emoji I meant. Now we got our Mythic, so he can't rebuild an army. Okay. What is this dog doing upstairs? Okay. Best. Didn't really gain anything from playing him. Planeswalker in here, right? Farewell would be kind of a drag, but that's not good. Your Valorous stance would be hilarious. What a comeback, huh? Yeah. Okay, so after playing this deck for about 10 games or so, I think the biggest thing is going to be working some extra early game removal in here. Soul Transfer is a little bit late, and if we're looking at either mono white or Naya runes if we're on the draw, I do think we need something, whether it's March of Wretched Sorrow, or I'm not positive if Infernal Grasp or Blood Chief Stars would be better, but I think both would probably be a good additions to the deck. I'm wondering if this is not the best, blood money low curve deck. If we added an Innkeeper, could even add another Shigeki in. I've run a copy of this with 4. I just find we end up getting a lot of them and they sit in our hands typically. But, in general, the deck is definitely strong. It has good resilience. Can put out a decent amount of pressure. I kind of skewed this deck more towards Invoke Despair and cut out a Wren and a Chariot to work those up without it being too top heavy in terms of 4 and 5 drops. But in general, the deck's pretty good. So I think the real question is this the opening package we want, or do we really give up on 1-drops, throw in, whether it's Infernal Grasp, March of Wretched Sorrow, or Blood Chief Stars again? I think all those are reasonable. I don't really think that the off chance that we satisfy both artifact and enchantments for Soul Transfer really matters too much. We could theoretically try a Zeus's Many Journeys, but I don't think we really have enough lands for that. Yeah, we're just at 26 with 2 DFCs, so That's not really quite enough to justify Azusa's and consistently have the 4 lands. But, so yeah, I'd love to hear what you think about what should be different about the deck. If you would scrap the blood money part of it. The Innkeeper, I think, ramping us to 4 mana is pretty big. And if we drop these, we can more safely throw in the extra Asika and Ren. And I think I would rather do that than add another Loth. But all are really, not terrible. We just got to figure out, probably a couple more ways to get to 4 mana on turn 3. So we obviously are doing that with Innkeeper. Shigeki actually does not do that for us, right? On turn 3, we're tapping him to get to the extra mana. So, other than that, again, don't think there's anything wrong with the deck, but I don't think it's perfect either. Theoretically, we could either run Duress or, a Dread Fugue or 2 in here early, or also for early drops. But, deck's okay. I don't think it's, it's certainly not a top meta deck, but, it's probably at least B tier, if not slightly higher. So, hope you enjoyed it, and peace.